Hi, this is Crit Thinking 418. Quickly wanted to just bring up to you guys something that's pretty important. So many people claim that the Bible has laws and rules that are very, very contrary to what seems moral. For example, why are there situations where God, permits aspects of slavery? Why does He not go further and condemn slavery? And there's laws in there that many people would say are not just. So if they come from God, a supposedly just God, how could they come from a God that's just? Many atheists' example is that no, the God of the Bible is not just. He's either non-existent or a very terrible being. And I think that's a faulty thing to say. And the reason I say that is because, anytime that we have, for example, it's a government. The Israelites were being led by God, supposedly. So if that's the case, God would not, He's not going to completely overwhelm the Israelites. All that really is needed for God to do to consider Him still just is to move them a little bit toward a higher morality. In any example, every government has to decide, do we go the full way and sort of expect upheaval? There's going to be a lot of difficulties, societal pressures, difficulties in the economy, difficulties in some people are going to follow, some people aren't. And so every government has to make those choices. Well, in this case, God is the government, and it's being told to Moses, supposedly. I say that just because, we don't know for sure, but, as a person of faith, I believe that. And God is still good because He moved the Israelites in a good direction. Now, if you could come to me and prove at any moment that God did not move the Israelites in a better direction than where they would have been, then you could come and say God is unjust. But I don't think you can do that, and I don't think there's anything to be said that. If anything, God moved them in a positive direction. And, additionally to that, you might say, well, why didn't He move them quicker? And, like I said before, He needed to consider all that. Well, one is that, and you're not going to like this, but maybe God still can work with people even in the midst of slavery. Maybe God's purposes can still be done, so He could move them in the right direction, but not have to go all the way because His purposes are still able to be done. And also, God does not desire to usurp the progress of people. He loves to see people make progress in their own way. And just remember those things. And so before you say God is unjust, no, God is just. He moved the Israelites to a greater morality. And He also did not completely show them the way. As a loving parent, He got them a little bit better. He moved them in the right direction. And hopefully as they saw the good that came from that they would continue in that direction. And yes, look what we did. It might have taken many, many years. And that's sort of what has taken place. So, once again, don't start thinking God's unjust just because some of the rules are not up to our morality. So I encourage you to not quit thinking, but to start crit thinking, and enjoy the rest of your day.